Effective investigation reporting is the final and definitive task of an inquiry. It is the point where raw data, scattered witness accounts, and digital artifacts are transformed into a structured, formal record. A high-standard report ensures that decisions are based on a reasoned, good-faith conclusion, one that can withstand scrutiny from legal bodies, administrative tribunals, and senior leadership. At this stage, the investigator's professionalism becomes visible on the page, and the quality of the report often determines whether the investigation is trusted, accepted, or challenged. To achieve this level of professionalism, investigators rely on 6 foundational principles. The first is accuracy. Accuracy is the bedrock of a reliable report. Any error, whether a misquoted witness, an incorrect date, or a flawed calculation, can undermine the entire document. Every detail must be verified, every quotation must be correct, and any financial or technical data must be mathematically precise. Accuracy signals to the reader that the investigator has exercised care and discipline. The second principle is objectivity. Objectivity requires the investigator to remain a neutral fact-finder, not a prosecutor or advocate. Reports must be written in a professional, non-judgmental tone, using neutral terminology such as complainant and respondent. Conclusions must be based solely on factual evidence, not personal opinions or gut feelings. Objectivity also means evaluating information consistently, regardless of a respondent's status or reputation. The third principle is clarity. Clarity ensures that the report is understandable to its intended audience, which may include HR, legal counsel, leadership, or even a jury. Clear writing uses plain English and avoids unnecessary jargon. The narrative should follow a logical, often chronological sequence so that a reader with no prior knowledge of the case can easily follow the progression of events. Formatting tools such as bulleted summaries and numbered paragraphs help the reader navigate the document efficiently. The fourth principle is transparency. Transparency means being open about the investigative process and the rationale behind critical determinations. A transparent report explains the methodology used, the witnesses interviewed, the documents reviewed, and any obstacles encountered. It also explains why one version of events was preferred over another, citing factors such as plausibility, consistency, or corroboration. Transparency shows the reader how the investigator weighed the evidence and reached the conclusion. The fifth principle is completeness. A complete report addresses the entire scope of the investigation mandate and leaves no critical questions unanswered. Each allegation must receive its own factual finding. Global conclusions are insufficient. Completeness also requires presenting both inculpatory and exculpatory evidence to provide a balanced record. Any unresolved issues or intelligence gaps must be explicitly noted so that decision-makers understand where residual uncertainty remains. The final principle is defensibility. Defensibility is the ultimate goal of professional reporting. A defensible report presents clear reasoning paths, using tight chronological snippets tied directly to specific exhibits. It evaluates conclusions against the balance of probability standard, showing that the conduct was more likely than not to have occurred. As a final check, investigators should ask whether their reasoning is legal, moral, and ethical enough to withstand being published in a major newspaper. Defensibility also requires segregation of duties. The investigator reports factual findings, while disciplinary recommendations, if requested, are provided separately to preserve neutrality. When investigators apply these 6 principles consistently, they produce reports that are clear, credible, and capable of supporting fair and informed decision-making.